What's up, RAC? How you doing? Good to see you. How things going for you today? Oh, yeah, I got a haircut. That was a much needed thing. I feel much better. Now that's out of the way. It's good to see you. Pandora's box. I did print a new part, so I have some boring stuff to do. We gotta stick some heat inserts in here so that we can mount this to the back of the back here. Cold day in Alberta, -35. Oh, damn. Yeah, it is currently like 21 Fahrenheit here. So whatever that is in the centigrades. But yeah, so I stay inside, stay toasty, hang out with me. I did take the Cartographer off because I was curious. I wanted to see more about this thing. The Cartographer is just a beacon clone, basically, and that's why it pisses off people in the community, and I understand that, like, you know. But there you go. You can see the little coil in there. There you go. You can see the coil. So the thought is, we're going to try and get this thing talking to the Canbus. I was doing a little bit of snooping ahead just to kind of see what might all be entailed. And it looks like it pulls off the Canbus's high-low on the board here, which I need to move some stuff around before we get crazy started. So -6 for me. Okay. Yeah. So it's like -6 here in the old centigrades. But we're going to move Zach here. So for the moment, we're going to unplug 3D Zach here, or Zach, Delta Zach. There. We're gonna pull Delta Zach out of the way for a minute, because I want to scoot this down and I can bring the other camera in and hopefully get a little closer. So we're gonna move Delta Zach for a moment. Sorry, Delta Zach. Let's get your big old butt down out of the way. So put Delta Zach right here for now. And then we can move this a little farther this way. Get ourselves a little bit more space. Take some of the tension off that power cord. And then we can lift this back up in case we need it. Move this out of the way. Pick this guy up. And then, let's see if I kind of jump to this camera real quick here. Let's see what we got. Ready? Like the Delta style, have a old Anycubic Predator. It's a big machine, great for vase mode prints. Yeah, definitely. All right, so there it is. Let's go ahead and refocus and then adjust our exposure a little bit, maybe get it a little bit brighter. Okay, so on this guy, you've got 2 pins that you can't really see above the heatsink there. There's 2 pins. You can barely see them there. But these 2 pins are your high-lows. According to what I've been seeing on the Cartographer setup, you steal your 5 volts and ground off of your I2C plug here, and then you plug your high and low in to those 2 pins there for it to communicate over Canbus. So this device will communicate either over Canbus, according to the documentation. The Cartographer will communicate either over Canbus or over USB. So you do have the option to run it with the 4-pin and connect it up as a USB device. Metal XY joints are cool. Yes, I do love the fact that the guy that I got this from had spent the extra, because this does have the, here, let me tip it up for you. Look at the rail. He got the skeletonized rail, or whatever you want to call that. Where it's all cut out. So he's got that with the metal parts here. The back parts are all still printed. The front parts are printed, but on the Y rail here, or the X rail, sorry, on the X rail, it's all XY metal. So that's cool. I did tighten up the belts a little bit. I did notice it was kind of loose a little, so I did loosen and tighten everything back up off camera. But we do have a little bit of heat inserts to put in today. So I got some heat inserts, and we need to drop those into, again, this guy here. I found this on somewhere, but I got to put some heat inserts in those 2 holes there so we can mount the EBB36 up to this. There were some standoffs. You can kind of see this red standoff here. He already had these. These are metal. He already had these on a different one. I took it off, put them on here. I just got longer screws to go through. So I took those off and put them on here. And then this will sit, obviously, just like so. I know it's blue. I'm just basically printing this one as a test for now. I didn't want to go crazy, so I'd rather print one, make sure it works, everything is good, we get this thing up and functioning, and then I can reprint the parts that I need to in the proper color and then just swap everything out. So, but for right now, I just had blue loaded in ASA, and I wanted to make sure it was a sturdy enough print in case I leave it for an extended period of time. So we just got to put the heat inserts. These holes are a little wider here than they are there, so we just put the heat inserts through the back. So we got to do some heat inserts. And then we'll get the EBB mounted, because that would be the right thing to do, is get that EBB mounted up, right? So let's jump back to this one. Hi, I'm standing up. It's just easier to use this camera. But we'll get the heat inserts put in. Take a drink of my coffee. And gang, if you would, remember, if you could, smash the old like button for me. It just helps out. Give the old like button a smash. Smash or a smush, whatever. I'm trying to remember where my heat inserts are. There we go. Let's pull these guys out. I'm going to need to get the soldering iron out here and swap the tip. But I just want to make sure that these will go. These will work. And it looks like they will. Let's see. Yeah. I just want to make sure they're not too long. You know, I got the stubby ones too. Probably just use the stubbies. I call them stubbies. I know that they're a different name, but you know, let's see. Yeah, these are the shorter guys. We'll use these. Fancy boy. There we go. Get 2 of those out. Let's grab the old soldering iron here. And then I got to remember where the heck my soldering iron tips, like the tips are for the heat inserts. I think I left them in the stinking blue tote that I put back out in the garage here. It's cold today. So, I don't see them in here. All right. I guess give me a second to go adventure. I could just put a standard soldering iron tip on it. I know. Just use that. Do it the old school way. But you got the right tools. It helps to find them. So, give me a moment while I dig. I think it's this tote, so it wasn't that far away. I really need to organize better. Please feel free to criticize. Let's see. In here we have, all right, heat insert tips. And I think this is my M3. Yes, it is. Good. All right. Swap out the old tip. Take that guy off. Put this guy on. Screw this back over. And then we'll plug it in and get it fired up. And since we're going into ASA, probably set it right about 270. I like to go a little bit warmer than the plastic melts at. I don't like to be like some of the guys who crank it way up to like 390 or 300 and cram it in there. If your material doesn't need that high of a heat to melt, I don't see the point in going crazy. Let's see. That one's a good cable. I got to figure out. I need a plug, so we'll unplug this one. And we'll plug this in. There we go. All right. Hey, I said 290. Guess what? It's at 290, so we'll run 290. Let's see. Not hot yet. Not hot yet. You guys probably want to see how shitty I do because I'm free-handing it here. So let's go to this guy. Set that down. Let's turn you guys and drop it down. There you go. All right. I'm going to move my chair. There we go. So I'm going to stand up probably for most of this. I do need to maybe get this a little higher up for me. Maybe one day. Let me see. It's getting warm. It's getting warm. Not warm enough yet. And good to see you. Hope you're doing well. I need to lick it. Yeah. Yeah, no. Nah, I favor my tongue. I got some lunch coming at some point here today, so I would like to be able to enjoy it. You know. Tuck those in real quick. This is the ASA. And it was printed on the SliceWorks dipped plate, and it works really, really well. Let's see here. Just holding pressure, a little bit of pressure, and then stop. There we go. Next one. Same thing, just holding a little pressure, and let it just sink into the part. Try to keep your shaky hand as straight as you can, and there you go. Look at those. See, look at that. All right. I do think we do need to push this one down just a little bit farther. So there we go. Sink it down into the part a little bit. There we go. All right. Now it's time to unplug this guy, because those should be the only heat inserts I'm going to need for the rest of the day. We'll find more later, I'm sure. And then I set it on the concrete floor because it can't melt the concrete. JPP, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. We're just kind of getting started, man. I was just showing off this part. I found it on a Facebook page, or on a GitHub, actually. There was a whole GitHub repository with EBB36 mounts for different hot end designs or different extruder designs. This is one that said it was meant for the LGX Lite. So I grabbed it, and so far, just in dry fitting everything, it seems like it fits. I'm going to turn the printer around this way and see if I can get the camera up. There's so much crap on top of this stinking cable. There we go. I should have redid that and plugged it into the extension cable there. But let's move the Canbus wire off to the side. Tuck these down out of the way. I did switch it to the LDO motor. This did the LGX. I don't remember what motor it has on it, but I did switch it out for a LDO motor just to be safe. And I think I can get away with some shorter screws to tighten those in. I want to see if these will be long enough to make it all the way through and hit the threads, and it will. Good. So we'll use these. Is that the right screw? Yeah. All right. Well, we'll start with this one because it's already here. There's one. Let's get one more. Where the heck? There we go. Where the heck did I just set them screws? Right in front of my face. That's why I couldn't see them. Gary T, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. We're, again, just, I found this random file. I know it doesn't match the color scheme. I'm not super worried. I just want to get this EBB mounted up. I'm tired of this thing just kind of flopping and wobbling around. So I wanted to get it mounted up, and I just happened to find a decent file. That'll get that mounted so it won't be flopping around back here anymore. So now we just need to get a couple more screws that are going to be long enough to go through the board and catch the that'll be long enough to catch all the way through. So let's go a little bit longer. Let's go to a M8s. I don't have any M8s with button heads, but M8s should be plenty, and having the little extra head sticking out of it shouldn't hurt too much. Let's see here. Yeah. All right. Danny boy got a haircut. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I was tired of looking like a shaggy dog. So the missus and I were out yesterday, and that was my splurge. I didn't buy printer parts. I didn't buy anything I shouldn't have. I just got a haircut. Let's see. Did we catch the threads? Yes, we did. All right. M8s will work. We caught threads. And there we go. Board is nice and tight. Let's put one more in. Power down so you don't short out the board. Low sync, yes, of course. Always power it down before you do anything, guys. Don't be like Dan and potentially cause an accident that might cause you a headache later. So don't do what Dan does. Do the proper thing. Shut it down. There we go. All right. It's all powered up again. There we are. Ta-da. Now we have the EBB nice and mounted up. We're going to have to cut these two wires right here because these are the hot end wires, and you can see the hot end, or the heater cartridge goes in here. So we will have to cut these two and then just run them directly in right there. It is barely long enough to make it, so we'll have to be super careful. Here's our thermistor wire, which will plug into the thermistor port, which I believe is this one right here, this little 2-pin right here, and then that's fan and fan. So one's part cooling, one's hot end. And then our I2C port that we'll need for the 5-volt and ground is here. And then the high and low for the can is over here. So there's that. So yeah, we'll have to join 2 fan wires together, obviously. And then of course the motor wire here, which I could probably run it up in, I could have probably ran it up through here and then ran it right up and in and had it tucked in behind so that it doesn't come like this. So we probably should have did that first, because I can at least, I'm gonna have to cut the wires anyway, so I'll fish the wires up behind through the spacer here. There's enough gap between the motor and the spacer. So I'll do that. I'll fish it up and around and then kind of loop it back into it like that. And that'll keep it up out of the way there. So we'll play around with that when we get to that one. Right now, that makes me happy because at least all this is mounted up now. So that's good. We can probably, I don't want to put the Cartographer back in just yet, but again, for those who don't know, that's the Cartographer. It came with the printer when I got it, so not gonna complain. We'll get this guy all remounted up and get it reinstalled, but again, according to the documentation, this is either USB or CAN. You can plug it in and connect it either way. So the options would be either 5 volts ground and then your data lines, or you use it as high-low. You can use it as a high-low, and then you still have your 5 volts and ground. So we steal the 5 volts off of the or the 5 volts and ground off the I2C port, plug our high and low in here, and set this up as another CAN device. So I'm going to follow the instructions on their website. We'll see how well that works out. Are those CNC machine joints on there? Josh, they are. I did not, this printer, just to give everybody some like a heads up, let me go to this camera real quick here. To give you all a heads up, I did not build this printer. I got this printer in an unfinished state. There was a gentleman on Facebook Marketplace who had it up there. I bartered with him to get it from him. It was in a non-functioning state when I got it because he had it working, but then decided he wanted to go to a CAN system, and partway through the CAN system, he just gave up. I'd never installed CAN on any of my printers. Excuse me. I've never installed CAN on any of my printers before. I do have a Nighthawk, which is USB based on this guy. So we went through the process of putting the Nighthawk on here. It worked. It seemed pretty good. I liked it. And I figured what better way to force myself to learn CAN than to get a printer that has it already and then just figure out how to make it work. We sat here 2 nights ago on stream. Originally, I was playing around with this printer right here. And then it just kind of led down the rabbit hole of we spent about 2 hours setting up CAN on this. So once we got CAN working on this and we got the EBB36 talking to the Manta M4 or M8P that's underneath, we then got that working, and there's some errors. I'm noticing that some of the errors that we're getting, I believe, are related to the fact that he had the Cartographer set up prior and that it was giving an issue. So yeah. You acquired Pandora's box in a similar fashion. Unfortunately, it had gotten dropped and the frame was bent all to hell. I'm almost done rebuilding it. Nice, Josh, nice. Yeah, these little Pandora's boxes are a sweet little kind of sweet little take on the V0. You know, a little bit higher frame to help keep everything enclosed. I like the triple Z belted. That's pretty sweet. You know, it's a belted triple Z, so you get your Trident, but with your 2.4 belted Z. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, it seems like a neat little unit. I just want to get it up and printing because it's been sitting here for, I don't know, JPP, you've been around for a while. How long have I had this thing? What, 6 months or so? Just kind of sitting here in the background collecting dust. So yeah, I think it's about time we put it to work. You know, get it functioning, get it printing. Normally, and Josh, I don't know, name looks new, looks like you're somebody new to my channel. So if that be the case, hi, I'm Dan. This is Maker My Nexus. Usually what I do here is I rebuild old printers and then we give them away to those less fortunate in the community. Friends, you know, friends in the community will give me their old printers, mostly like Enders and old bed slingers. I'll rebuild them on here and then we just give them away to people in my surrounding area that are a little less fortunate, can't afford to get into 3D printing but want to. In the last week, I've given away 4 printers. Let's see. The two, there was a couple that came and picked up the TiVo Tarantula Pro that I just finished up the other day. They picked that one up, and I had another one that was in box that was a Amazon return that I picked up from 3D Medic Vince. The other one I got from Edutech Jim. But both of those guys each gave me the same printer, but the one that Jim gave me was a functioning printer, just needed a little TLC, so we cleaned it up. And then I took the other one that was in box and I gave both of them to them. I said, if nothing else, at least if you need parts, you've got extra parts. If you want to get brave and try to build it, here you go. So I gave those 2 away to them, so they have those. Gave away the Ender 5 to my nephew because he wanted to get into 3D printing. So I gave my nephew an Ender 5 that I got from the Edutech again. The Jim at the Edutech, he hooked me up when I went to go out and visit him. I ended up coming home with quite a few printers, and of the printers I got from the Edutech Jim, I think that is the only one I have left. If I remember right, I think that is the only one now that I have left, is the belt printer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the belt printer is the only one I got left now. So I came home and I only kept one out of the entire group. But that being said, for those who know me, I'm just an idiot with a microphone and a webcam. That's what I tell everybody. I'm just an idiot with a microphone and a webcam. I'm going to probably take this spool holder off because it's the Voron one and it's all kinds of just, I mean, without the back panel on it, which we will get the back panel put on this thing. And Da Vinci, good to see you. Feel like I talked to you briefly at Murph. You probably did, Josh. You probably did. I was the idiot that had that printer right there. And then I also had my Black Bear with the custom frame. So if you were at Murph, you talked to me at Murph. But yeah, I sat there pretty much all by myself. I just kind of hung out. I was right next to Jeremy and Keela, Lee Marie 3D, right across from West 3D. That's where my booth was. So how's it going, Stephen Poole? It's good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we're just working on the Pandora's box today, man. I just mounted up the EBB. I found a model on there was a repo on GitHub that had a whole bunch of different mounts. So we got the EBB mounted up back here. Let me do this for you. There we go. See, we got the EBB mounted up back here now. So yeah. JPP, what's going on, man? Yeah, we might have talked once or twice, or every night at the hotel after the fact as well. SSDD here. Yeah, it's always the same shit, different day kind of thing, huh? I am noticing that one of my wires appears. There we go. There's a little bit of a foam pad in there that he's got to help kind of with the wires. And I know that I'm going to do some tidying real quick here, because even up at its frontmost corner, we don't need any more than about that. Gives us a nice little loop here, keeps it below the lid, so then we can kind of pull these back down and in, or see if we can push them through. Now we'll have to find them underneath and pull and get this little loop out of here. Could even leave the little loop, it'll sit in there and it won't hurt nothing. Once this is here, I do think this one motor wire might be a little bit of a problem the way it's in here, but I get why it's there, never mind. Because as the bed goes down, yeah, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I know you guys can't see that, but that's all right. Let's tuck the bed back down out of the way so it doesn't bother anything we're going to do up here. Like I said, I'm going to have to cut these wires, and then we're going to have to re-pin everything. And I'm going to run the motor wire up between the mount and that, and then we're going to loop the motor wire around and just bring it in here. I am nowhere near as skilled as Steve is when it comes to this stuff. So when you watch Steve Builds do this stuff, I'm not Steve Builds. Steve is way better at this shit than I am. It's a shame he doesn't live closer. I'd try to convince him to come hang out in my shit shop out here with me. But we'll get this looped up and over, bring it in behind that mount, and then we'll just crimp the ends, plug it in. If I got a little extra jumble up on top, I don't care. I'm not worried. We can always shorten it later, right? But we'll get this looped up and plugged in, and that'll be the motor. The thermistor goes in right here. There we go. The fan wires, we're gonna have to double check. I'm gonna have to see if I can figure out which fan is which on the hot end here. Worst case, I get it wrong and we just have to, you know, move some fans. I kind of want to get that Cartographer hooked back up though and get that working before we wire in the fans, because I really, really want to make sure that the Cartographer is not the reason, or is the reason why I'm getting the error messages that I'm getting from the web interface. So, but we'll get all these wires tidied up, get these things kind of up and plugged in where they need to be. We'll get this wire clipped, stripped, and then shove it in for the hot end there. So our heater cartridge will be plugged in. And then, so we got motor, heater cartridge, Cartographer wires. Cartographer though, that's going to be the fun one, because we're going to have to make a wire for the Cartographer, because he did not send it with any wire. Like, I've looked through this box a billion times and I don't see the wire for the Cartographer to mount that or to plug that in. The Cartographer's got a 2mm or a 2.0, I believe it's JST, right? And then it goes out to two of the other ones. I don't remember what they are, but it goes out to two pair. So let's jump over to the right screen real quick here. And this is the error that I'm getting. And from what I've been seeing, because the Cartographer is not connected and talking, this could be what the problem is. Realistically, I could plug it in through USB and see, because initially it is set up in the firmware as USB. but why would I want to run an additional pair of wires down if it can be connected through CAN and there's already the CAN there, right? The whole point of Canbus is to eliminate more wires going to the hot end. So let's go back to the Cartographer install. And we've got the before you begin. So let's kind of start with the before you begin. Before you begin your journey into the Cartographer, we've assembled a small list of things to check and be aware of before you start. These will be continued to mention throughout the guide, in the summary, and then basically it just tells you this box contains hints and tips to help you with your process. These boxes warn you about the next Cartographer section. JPP, you're taking off, man? All right. Stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, brother. These boxes contain information that must be followed. And we're going to ask you something. This box will ask you to check if it was successful. And then it just says to make sure that your Cartographer is mounted 2.6 to 3 millimeters off above the tip of the nozzle, which from what I can see, it looks like this one was before I took it off. When I put it back on, I'll make sure. Cartographer repo is not dirty. Don't press clean. All right, so the Cartographer, we don't need to clean anything. Don't use a metal brush, obviously. You don't want to, potentially do any damage to the coil. Cartographers are currently not compatible with beds with embedded magnets such as the original Prusa and the Mandela Roseworks, which this one has the magnetic sheet on it. It does not have the embedded magnets. Touch is not available on all beds and printers. It is your responsibility to ensure that your printer will work with it. Scan mode is available available to you if touch is not, which we can use scan mode, we can use touch mode, we can play around with those modes later. But yeah, here's what you would get in the box. You would get a box, and then, here's the firmware. It tells you what firmware revisions on it. I didn't get any of that. It was already installed. So like I said, I don't have the cable for the Cartographer to connect it either through CAN or USB, which USB would be nothing more than the 4-pin plug run, with the USB wires, which we could even do that temporarily. I could take an old USB cable, cut it, we could crimp on and then plug it in and then plug it into the side of the board and see if it registers the Cartographer that way. That would be the easiest thing to do, is just take an old USB cable, cut it, crimp on one of those ends, plug it into the Cartographer, plug it into the USB cable, and cross our fingers. That would be the easiest thing to do. But I just feel like if we go down the path of CAN, we should just stick with the path of CAN. What do you guys think? Since there's, there's a few of you here watching. What do you guys think? Should we go down the path of easy? Just find an old USB, cut it, crimp on a 4-pin, plug it into the board, reboot the device, and then see if it registers the Cartographer that way? Or should we say the hell with it and we're going down the path of CAN? We've got everything. Let's just make a CAN device and be done with it, and then eliminate the extra unnecessary group of wires coming down from the Cartographer. Me personally, I say let's go for the big headache. Let's just do CAN right out the gate and be done. That's just me. I say, let's just run the CAN route and be done with it. That way, instead of doing one thing and then circling back around and doing it again, we just do it once. Set it up for CAN, and if that doesn't work, then we'll backtrack to USB and see if that works. If that doesn't work, then we know it's probably a bad Cartographer, and we may have to venture down the path of reaching out to someone with a beacon and see if we can get a beacon for such a tiny little printer. To me, it's funny, but yeah. Josh, since I'm waiting for an answer, I do have a question for you, good sir. Let me go to your channel real quick here. What do you got going on, man? Let's see. You got 18 subs, and you got you and an ET. All right, guess what? You got a new sub today, bud. So there you go. Give Josh a sub. So let's do this. Let's copy your channel. If anybody wants to be nice, help Josh out. Let's help him get some big numbers. Maybe he'll put some more stuff out there. So let's see. 3 months ago was your last video. That was your Death Racer kit motor pinion, it looks like. Was that your last video? Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Did he put anything out about Murph? Let's look. Nope. Nope. I don't see anything about Murph in here, man. I don't see anything about Murph. Just mostly bluegrass videos. Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good, you know? But there you go. You got yourself another sub. Maybe we'll get some more subs. And are you doing Murph this year? We got time, man. It's a Sunday. It's a lazy Sunday. We got time. We'll make things happen. But you going to Murph again this year? Are you considering going out to Rocky Mountain out in Colorado? That one's coming up here. What is it, May 17th and 18th? Yeah, 17th and 18th. You'll be there. Trying to get your Pandora built for it. Nice. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I'm planning on going out on Saturday for Murph this year. I'm not going to have a table. I'm just going to go out Saturday for the whole day and hang out. I got my, one of my daughters wants to go with me, and she only wants to go because she wants to get some jambalaya from Dan Adams. So that's the only reason she's going. But I told her, I said, if you're coming with me, this is my day. You're going to come with me. You're going to hang out with me, and you're going to do what I want to do, not what you want to do, which is a hard thing to get daughters to agree to. But she says she's going to get up at the butt crack of dawn with me, drive the 3 hours there, spend the day with me, and then drive the 3 hours back home. So we're going to drive out that day, drive home that night. So we're going to hang out on Saturday for the day. Yeah. The budget is not going to allow for it this year. Hey, Josh, I understand, man. I'm cheating a little bit. Let me come back here. I'm cheating a little bit. I'm taking a little bit of my income tax return. I'm going to put that aside, and my wife and I are actually going to be going to Rocky Mountain, but not for Rocky Mountain so much. We're going out to Colorado for some mom and dad time. You know what I mean? We just need to get away. It's my wife's birthday during that time. We're going to get there on the 14th. Her birthday is on the 15th. And then I think the night of the 15th, there's going to be some get-togethers and stuff. I don't know if she's going to want to do that. But then Friday, we'll hang out with some people, or I'll hang out with some people. She wants to do some horseback riding while we're out there. So we're going to go out there and just enjoy ourselves and splurge. It's not really in the budget, but we're going to splurge because in 11 years of togetherness, 9 years of marriage, we have never had just me and her time. So we got a lot of kids, so we've never really had me and her time. So that's the plan, is we're going to make this about us and do things we want to do. And conveniently, Rocky Mountain's going on, so I'm going to go hang out there. It's 5 hours to get up there from Louisville. Yeah. So you're staying for the whole weekend? Yeah, dude, brother, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. If it was just me going and I had, better financial situation going on, I would probably go for the weekend too. But we're going to go out there for Saturday because I do want to go out, see everybody, shake some hands, kiss some babies. So I won't be bringing the Pandora's box with me, but I will be going to have fun. And by the way, Shrimp Daddy, how you doing, Martin? Good to see you, good sir. Hope your day is going well. Nura, what's up? Similar to your Pandora, I bought a V0.2 for like 300 bucks. Oh, Canadian. With 15 rolls of ASA. Nice. But the 2.4 was busted. It has CAN now, but the bed binds. So I have to take the entire printer apart. Got it last year. Nura, that's how that goes. That's how that goes. Like I said, this thing's been sitting for at least 4 months that JPP and I can remember. This thing's been here sitting. I can't complain. If we get it working, it's going to be awesome. If we don't get it working, we're going to get it working. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It will move. It will push plastic. It'd be cool if we could get that done this week. Since it's now a new week, we'll see if we can. If we can, great. If we can't, so be it. Not a big deal. Not going to be heartbroken. We will continue to work on this thing until it is working, and then we'll step into the next project, which currently I am now, I think, out of printers. Well, we've got some old printers of mine that I could get functioning and give away, so we can still work through that. But we're gonna get the Pandora's box up and running, get it printing, get it doing stuff. I want to get this thing moving. After that, I think maybe we'll finally start working on the LDO, the little LDO Rook 2020. We'll finish that up. That's going to be the Rook 2020 Mark II when we're done with it. We changed up some stuff thanks to Aaron and old Curmudgeon. It is good to see you, man. It is good to see you. Too good of a deal to pass up. Printer was never used, just assembled wrong. Yeah, Neuro, that's the thing. I mean, like, if you can come across deals like that where people get things thinking they're gonna, you know, it's always fun when you get somebody right out the gate that's like, I can do it. And it's like, have you built printers before? Have you troubleshot a printer before? Do you understand the printer? And they're like, I got this. I can read the directions. But the box turtle should be in on Friday. So what you're telling me is you're going to work on the V2 or the V0.2 until the box turtle, and then you're going to build the box turtle. I don't blame you. That's the nice part about projects is, you know, you can have little side projects to work on when you have nothing to do. And since we got rid of all of the other printers, and I've given away everything I have to give away for the most part, now we're working on one for me. You know what I mean? We're working on one for me. I think I'm entitled to work on printers for myself once in a while. Like I said, we gave away like, well, actually, Jim gave me 9 printers when I went to visit him. Of those 9 printers, I have 1 left. So I have given away 8 printers. So in the last 2-3 months, I've given away 8 printers. Lots of filament. As you can see, I did get a little restock in from Polymaker. So we do have a little restock in. I would have to say I don't have any exclusivity contracts with anyone. So maybe, just maybe, I reach out and see if we get some printed solid. See maybe if I can talk to Dave and get some Jesse brand filament to give away as well. Because again, I'm just an idiot with a webcam and a microphone. I have no exclusivity contracts. I don't have any contracts. It's usually just verbal agreements, and we send some emails back and forth. In those emails, it's never once said that I have to exclusively use one company or another, or I agree to exclusively use. So maybe during these giveaways, we can, you know, during these streams, we can give away a roll of filament from one company one day and a roll of a filament from another company another day. That could be cool, right? So maybe I'll reach out and see, you know. Yes, you're in an Ender 3 or the Ender NG build right now, which the NG, I would have loved to have done something like that, but I don't have no Enders left. And I really wanted to keep the Ender 5 and do a Mercury one on it. But my nephew is a good kid. He's a 15-year-old little shithead, but he's a good kid. So and I know my sister and my brother-in-law, and I know their situation. So I was more than happy to let that one go to him, and he's been enjoying it. He's been printing stuff, so it's cool. I'm glad that it went to him. So I'm glad he's enjoying that one. Sorry for my sinuses today, guys. I'm a little stuffy. I made the mistake of oversleeping. You ever do that? You ever oversleep? Like you get into a routine and then, you know, you get one day to oversleep and it messes with everything. I didn't get out of bed till 8:30 this morning. It was sleeping in, man. Like I was 3 hours past my get up time, at least 3 hours. Yeah, Neuro, you should. Like, don't do that, man. Like, don't think that, you know, like get a webcam, get a microphone, and just create a YouTube channel and do it. Like, this is a branded channel off of my main YouTube. Maybe one of these days, if there's interest, I can show you guys how to do that, so that this way you don't have to directly link a project to your personal account and go through how to set up a brand account on YouTube, or just go YouTube it. Create yourself a brand account that's separate from your personal, and then that way you kind of have a little more freedom to do what you want, you know. But yes, I think everybody should, you know, if not stream, make some content, something. And Tripod, it is good to see you, sir. I hope you are doing well today. Got the little Pandora's box here. Let me go to this camera real quick. I just printed the little blue EBB mount. I did that last night. I printed it, and then today we just put it on there. It's on the LGX Lite, which is mounted up to the, I think it's the ant head. I think it's the ant head is what I've got on there. So, laser dude in the house. Yep. Tripod is mostly a laser guy. He does do 3D printing. He also does, you know, remote control and satellite controlled lawn equipment. He does everything. That's the wonderful part about Tripod is Tripod got smart. He didn't blanket himself to one thing like a lot of us do, where we're like, oh, I'm so-and-so 3D printing, or I'm so-and-so 3D, or I'm so-and-so laser. You know, he got smart. It's Tripod's garage. So whatever's in the garage is what Tripod's doing. So Tripod got real smart with his branding. Jano, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, guys. So let's see here. Old curmudgeon, yeah, there's a couple lawnmower videos he did. He's also got that snowblower too. The GPS or whatever it is. He's got a snowblower now too. So he was excited to get some snow, I'm sure. Bag of chips, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, guys. So I guess the next thing to do is going to be to finish getting this thing wired up on this board here. We are looking at the Cartographer stuff. I did ask the question. This does have a Cartographer on it. I know that the Cartographer gets a bad rap because of its very, very close similarity to the beacon probe. This came on here, so that is why we're using it. That's why we're playing around with it. I do know that the Cartographer is not getting anywhere near as much love as the beacon, obviously. Beacon was the first one to the game. So I understand, you know, I understand that. But it came with a Cartographer, so that's why we're playing with the Cartographer. Obviously, I probably would rather have a beacon, but what it has is what it has, and we're going to see if we can get this thing working the way we need to. I did ask, because the Cartographer, the way it is set up, it can be used as either a USB device or as a CAN device, okay? So with it being able to be either USB or CAN, I do have Canbus, as you saw on here. It is CAN. So we can wire this thing up CAN. We're going down the route of CAN, but it is set up in the config file currently as a USB device. The option is I can cut a USB, we can crimp everything, and then we can plug it in through the USB port and see if it picks this up, just to make sure before we go down that road and get ourselves into the headache of it just didn't work anyway. Or we can just say the hell with it, YOLO, and let's just set it up for CAN. I'm thinking we just go down the path of CAN and be done with it. If it doesn't work in the end, well, then we can figure something else out for it. But it's up to you guys. What do you think? Should we CAN it? I think we should CAN it. Just do CAN and be done with it. Quite a change from Florida, eh? Robot snowblower. Yeah. Neuro's Tinker Garage. Hey, whatever you want to do, man. Like I said, just okay, everybody. Okay, for those of you who make content or live stream or both, do you not agree that Nero should just get a webcam, get a microphone, and just do it, right? Just get on YouTube, look up how to create a brand account. That way you can separate your personal YouTube, which is what I've done from MakerMind Nexus. So my personal YouTube and my MakerMind Nexus are separate. It's easy enough to set up. It's easy enough to do. Most of the time when I interact with YouTube, I'm interacting as MakerMind Nexus anyway, but at least for the sake of if down the road one day this does become like my job, then MakerMind Nexus can be its own separate entity that can be switched over to another account for that purpose if need be. So I say, do it. Well, then Neuro, you're already there, man. Just do it. Like, create the brand account and make it happen. Like, you already got one sub right here, buddy. I'm already going to sub to you. I'll be there supporting you when I can, however often as I can. So do it. I'll be there to support you. Yep. I'm pretty sure Old Curmudgeon, Tripod, Big Jano, Off Axis. I'm sure those guys will all be there too. And I know that a lot of members of the community will be there. And you just work on things that make you happy and do the things that you enjoy, and you'll grow a community. I will tell you one thing, and that is this. Do not expect to have like a crazy cult following join you today. You know what I mean? Growing the channel does take time. I hit lulls where I'll sit stagnant at a number for a while, and then I do a stream, and for some reason that stream pops off or that video pops off, and then it'll jump again, and then it'll stagnate for a while, just sit plateaued, and then it'll jump up again. I think as of today, let's take a look. Let's go to YouTube. Where am I at today? I think I may have seen a small spike in subs. Yeah, I saw a small spike in subs. In the last 28 days, I've gone up 25. So consistency is key though. Like, if you want to see continued growth, you need to be consistent. I'm not consistent. Therefore, that's why I don't see, I think, the consistent growth like others here do. Tripod puts out videos quite frequently, or not quite frequently, but he puts out a quality video at a pretty set pace. So his channel just keeps going from there. Big Jano, you're doing mostly Twitch, right? You still pretty much stick mostly to Twitch with some YouTube content from time to time. Those random numbers scream bots and spam. Yeah. That's the other thing. Like, I always enjoy just like watching the chart kind of do this. There's the hope of getting to 2K by May, but I do that every year, 2K by May, and I've done that every year for the last like 4 or 5 years. I never hit 2K, and there'll be a day when we do. And when we do, it'll be exciting and I'll enjoy it. But, you know, I'm not as entertaining as some others. Most of the time when people come here, it's because they enjoy when I get the random daughter popping up and telling a crazy story or being all off the handle. You know, that tends to be the thing that gets most people excited. It looks like I got family home, which means they'll probably be coming out here in a minute with something. They stopped and picked up some lunch along the way, so I'm sure I'll have somebody dropping off some lunch out here to me, which we'll try to eat. But let's jump back to, let's close this because it's my dorky face. But here we go. Let's jump back to this screen here. We're going to kind of go down the instructions a little bit more. Viking, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. All right, so we got the standard versus right angle profile. Ours is, I believe they call this one the standard profile. We'll look at the pictures and compare when we get there. It says, what do you do if you get stuck? It says, if you get stuck at any point in the guide, please visit the Discord. If you're having any issues with Clipper mainsail, please create a thread in the help support section on Discord. Please include the following: your printer config, your Clippy log, screenshots of the issue if available, and a detailed description of what you were doing at the time of the issue. Now, using touch, I don't know that I'm necessarily going to be using touch. We can set that up. Apparently this has it so that when the nozzle hits the bed and that little fluctuation of it making contact, there is an ADXL in here. So my understanding is the ADXL will, when it hits, it will notice that little fluctuation, and it will then in some way, or when the nozzle hits, it messes with the signal that comes back to the current, the eddy coil. So it'll mess with that signal, I guess, when it touches the bed. Some way, somehow, it's either done through changes in the eddy current, or it's something with the ADXL. It's one or the other. I don't remember exactly. Biting off more than I can chew, LOL. Yes, yes, Jano, that is going to be the thing, you know. It works off magic. Yes, Josh, it just works off of magic. Well, Maker Viking, brother, I am doing okay. We're out of printers to work on for the 3D printing we have, or out of printers that I wanted to work on for it. So now we're taking some time to work on the Pandora's box for me. So I want to get this thing going, and there's a few little things here and there that we need to do. So yeah. The wife got major lucky early on with one video getting thousands of views. She's been on the fence about dropping it due to time requirements over the last year. Oh, old curmudgeon, man, I get it, dude. It is a bit of a thing. And the missus, you know, your missus has other things going on, family and work and everything else. Like, she's got her own thing. So if it's not in the cards, trust me, there's times where in the past I didn't stream for quite a while. You guys know that. And even still now, there are times where I just don't stream from time to time because, you know, like this weekend, I would have loved to have streamed Saturday morning and then again today, this morning. But, you know, yesterday was time with the family all day. We were running around. It was payday, so we're broke again, go figure. But we had bills to pay, things we need to get for the house, and you know, now we're down to our last few pennies to get by till next payday. It's my everyday life, you know. So we're just gonna kind of push through, and you know, we're gonna stream today for a little while, do some stuff, and get this project going a little bit farther. But yeah, I mean, it is hard, and if it's not something you can commit to and you can't feel it, then, you know, don't do it, because it's better to put out quality over quantity. Even though some people will tell you, just push out a video every day and you'll get the views every day. And it's like, yeah, that's great, but you're building a channel or you're building views, and what are you doing it for? If you're not enjoying it, then is it really something you want to do, or is it something you're just trying to do as a side hustle to pull in some cash? Because I do this for me. I don't do this for the money. If I did this for the money, I'd be one of those guys shilling tons of stuff, like telling you guys constantly that I have merch for sale, you know, pleading with you to give me money, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, which I say I got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo link down there if you want to help me today. If not, gift a membership, super chats, all that fun stuff. Hi, Jay Bear. Say hi to the internet.
Hello, internet.
What did I get?
I don't know. But
Mommy got me a sandwich and some fries and a little soda pop. I got my... Okay, well, you're going to have to say hi to the internet too then. So for those who don't know, this is my daughter, Jade, and she's my oldest daughter. He got some burrs. He was back playing around by the weeds again. Yeah, if you do this, Jay, pinch underneath the burr, pinch and pull his fur apart, and they break right out. Yeah. He was enjoying his little spot there. You're enjoying your little spot? Yes.
Dad's got food though. You don't care about me right now.
Yeah, you want to give him a fry? Here.
Can you sit for me?
Get my French fry. He's a good boy. He deserves a fry. You guys didn't even know he was in here. The internet, you guys didn't even know the doggo was hiding under the desk. Burger of the Kings. Yes, off axis. It is Burger of the Kings.
I'll see you in a little bit. Love you.
Love you too, baby. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. I gotta hug the daughter. Come here, midget. Love you.
I'm not that short.
You're not that short. Says the little girl who I can put my head completely over the top of you.
Shut up, Dan.
You hit me like perfectly right at the chest. Like
I love you.
The top of your head's like right at the microphone.
I know.
Yes. All right. Love you too, hon. Come here, Chube. Get under here. Lay down. Get under there and lay down. Lay down. I know you know there's food in the room. Now he's all excited. So, what are we at? Let me see here real quick. Hold on. Let me get caught back up. I haven't posted a relative video with telescope mods. Yeah. Kings. Neuro. Even the cell phone works to get started. Yeah. You can even do the cell phone when you're recording. No ketchup on the fries. Nope, Maker Viking, no ketchup on the fries, man. I enjoy flavors, man. Like fries and salt. These things are awesome. But Use an iPhone to record all your videos? Yeah. Like I said, I mean, Nero, you can make videos with pretty much anything. Your live streams, if you have Android, it's called Droid Cam. So if you don't have a good webcam, you can use your cell phone or an old cell phone, just load Droid Cam on it. And then it allows you to use your cell phone as an IP-based webcam. There's a plugin for OBS. I don't know about Streamlabs, but there's a plugin for OBS. And in the past, that's what I've done. I've actually used an old cell phone and like had it to like walk around in here and like move around freely. So you can do that too. About doing true cameras. 18-year-old is supposed to be going into TV, radio broadcast at the college. Nice. That'd be nice. You guys want to know what burger I got? Let's see what burger Mama surprised me with. Because crispy chicken melt is what it says. Let's see if it is a crispy chicken melt. Clipper cameras, using an old cell phone and Droid Cam. Yep, it is not a crispy chicken melt. It is a mushroom and Swiss Frisco. It's the mushroom and Swiss. Hell yeah, Mama knows me. I love my mushrooms and Swisses. Anybody who doesn't like mushrooms, it's probably because you're allergic to them. And yes, please hit the thumbs up. You guys are going to watch me take a bite of this delicious Burger King burger. Of course, no napkins. But you guys think Doggo deserves another French fry? Should we give Doggo a fry? I think we should give Doggo a fry. Let me get him out here in the camera more. Watch out, Chew. Come here. Come here, bud. Come here. Sit. He's hiding behind the chair. You guys can't see him. Come over here. Sit. No, sit. He keeps hiding behind the chair. You gonna speak? Speak? No, speak. You're just talking. No, speak. 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 He's getting confused. All right, here. You've done enough dancing. Go eat your fry. There we go. It's an acquired taste, but also a Canadian thing. Wait, what's an acquired taste? What'd I miss? Fries without ketchup is just boring. No, it's not. However, I must say, I still have yet to enjoy poutine. So I really, really, really at some point want poutine, because something about fries, cheese curds, and gravy, it's just all delicious. It's like just nothing but deliciousness. So poutine is definitely a must. BLD Designs, good day. Good to see you. All right, let's get some food out of the way. You guys know my ADHD. Food is here. I am hungry, but we need to get back on track and focus. So let's go back here. For those who don't know, we're installing the Cartographer that came with the printer. We're going to get this hopefully up and running in CAN on Pandora's box, connected to the EBB36. It says it can be done. I kind of snooped through this once just to get a little ahead of myself there. Looks like my family is currently going nuts with the chat. We're going to close that one, and we'll just leave up the important stuff. There we go. All right. Using touch. We're not going to worry about touch right now because I just don't want to. I just want to get the scanning function set up first. So let's go to hardware setup. It's already been mounted. It looks like it's within the 2.6 to 3 millimeters that it says that it should be from the nozzle. So we'll go ahead and just kind of work past this part. And then we come down here. Cartographer is designed, existing mounts. It's already got a mount on it, so it's already mounted. The CAN terminal, it does say right here, if you're using CAN on the STM based, currently we advise to put the CAN probe, or the CAN probe is used with the Big Tree Tech toolboards, which it is. And it says in here that this is due to their easy addition of a spur, which, looking at this guy, yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing CAN termination. I'm not seeing this little thing right here on this board. So I'm not sure when looking at this board if that's going to be a problem. But we already know where to steal our 5 volts from the I2C, because that's where it says to steal it from a little bit farther on. Position of the 120 ohm resistor, which this board and that board do not look totally the same. So I don't know that this is the version of this that we need for these directions, but we're gonna kind of follow along and see what happens. If it ends up being this is strictly just USB, well then it's strictly just USB, which would be kind of a waste, but that's okay. CAN port termination status. It says primarily sold pre-2024. It says default status is disabled. And then this one here does say that it is the USB-C. I wish there was somewhere where I could go look at this and know what this one is. There's nothing stamped on here. This is a major flaw with the Cartographer, is there's no revision number on this to tell me which version of this thing is. So we could be going down a rabbit hole for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, if this isn't the V3, USB and CAN may not be an option. But this says the V2 CAN primarily sold pre-2024. And then it says status disabled. So not exactly sure. And when I look at that board right there, and I look at this board in my hand, I do not have those jumper pads right here that they are showing. And this doesn't say, like it says here, where it says CAN high, CAN low, and then 5 volts here and here, and then data is out here. Like, this doesn't say this. This just says D minus, D plus, 5 volts, and ground. So I'm assuming this is just only USB, so we may only be able to go USB. What about using one of these, JPP? What is that? Let's go look at it. Let's go see. USB Type-C hub, USB expansion module, 1 in, 3 out. So something like that, I guess, could work. But I get a kick out of the fact that they have separate power in and USB in. I mean, I get why for the most part, because if you're powering 3 very high powered devices, you're going to want an additional power source. I don't know where I would put something like that. This printer's pretty small, JPP. So, but yeah. Does your board have a USB CAN selection resistor on the left side? Does not look like it. I mean, there's very little on this board. Here, let me see how well this will show up for you guys. There's the board. When it focuses, anyway. To add on back of the tool head, maybe. I already got something on the back of the tool head. I don't want to put more on the back of the tool head, man. I don't want to weigh down the tool head that much. You know what I mean? Will, good to see you. So I'm guessing that this one may only be a USB because it doesn't say anything about the high-low in. So maybe, just maybe, we slice or chop up a USB cable, crimp on the ends, plug it in, and see what happens there. Because it does only have the data plus, data minus. Just trying to think outside the box for the Pandora's box. Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. I just don't want to try and stack boards and add more stuff to that tool head, you know? It's already got a hell of a back end on it after you got the motor, the spacers, you put your mount in there, and then you put your EBB on the back of that. It sticks out quite a bit in back, and then it would start slamming into the frame. So yeah, I don't want to add more to it. But like I said, we can at least, if nothing else, we can chop up a USB cable and crimp on a 0.2 4-pin and cross our fingers that when we plug it into the USB that it registers it and it works. Because again, this looks like it may be the older just USB only. There are 2 solder pads on there for the reset and the boot 0, but it does not have that little 120 ohm resistor pad on the bottom like it shows here. Like it does not have this, and actually it is also missing, it looks like it's missing this chip right here. So this isn't even on this one. Actually, this whole section right here is not even on the bottom of this board. So I guess what I need to do is I need to find exactly which version of this board this is, and then find the install instructions for this board. Like it doesn't even have this on it. So let's go back and see. Let's take a look. What is up, Keela? How are you, you tripod, or your trident hating, you and your trident hating ways? If anybody missed that, I tweeted it out that there was a video from about a year ago that Jeremy did. I was looking into the Cartographer stuff and I found his video, and during the video he was talking about how his wife hates the trident. Did I get a haircut? No, I got all of them cut though. Miss Keela, dear, it's all done out of love, and you know that. If we can't harass each other and give each other a hard time, then what are we doing here, right? But I love you, dear. You are good people. I'm eating right now a little bit of a mushroom and Swiss, like a Burger King mushroom and Swiss, like Frisco. So I'm thinking this thing's probably just USB. I don't know how familiar Jeremy is with the Cartographers and that, but it doesn't have can high, can low on it, like these other ones are showing here. It doesn't show it as 5 volts and then can high, can low, and then the data pin. And it doesn't have where the resistor should be for the can. So I am thinking this is a USB only. So we kind of need to go back into the Cartographer probe and I wish there was an easy way. Useful links, troubleshooting, settings and commands, firmware tuning, cheaty stuff, scan versus touch mode. Let's look up Cartographer 3D USB. I'm looking for older versions of the damn Cartographer. Give me a second here. So this is going to be a problem with this Cartographer, because if it is like I think it is the Raspberry Pi 2040 based probe that is the V1, So if that be the case, lurking for a bit, working on applications, yeah, hey, do your thing, my man, do your thing. So this is just the Pro base V1 firmware, Cartographer V2 or V3. Let's go to the GitHub. And that's just the UF2 file. I'll see what the V2, do they have anything in here? What I was kind of hoping for was like an image of the Cartographer V1. So let me, Cartographer 3D V1. Let's go to images and let's just see if they have something that shows that board so I can better tell. Eddy current inductor Cartographer. Because all the images and everything they have on the Cartographer, all the stuff I'm seeing is showing it with that resistor in place. So this has got to be the older Cartographer. So it's got to be the USB variant, which kind of sucks because I'd rather go Canbus, which is going to suck too because with the Cartographer being the way it is, let's find an old USB cable. Let's just get to slicing. Let's quit talking. Let's just do something. Let me find a USB cable we can chop up here. Let's just get an old USB cable. Let's just get to chopping. Let's figure out our data high, data low, and go from there. Guys, help me out here. I'm slacking on my nerd, and I'm not going to lie about it. Which one's data high? Which one's data low? White or red? Of the white and green wires, which one's data high? Which one's data low? Let's get that off of there. Let me find my wire strippers. Let's come back here. We're gonna just chop a wire and get moving because I want to see if it is USB based, and if it is, I want to make it work USB based for now. Because right now anything is better than nothing. Correct? Let's see if we can get something happening. Sitting here spending hours just researching things that may or may not work does not help. Yeah, there we go. How's the space printer coming? You have a break? You need certain stuff? I don't know. I haven't worked on the space printer in a while. I got somebody coming out to visit me. Let's see which kiddo it is. Because I'm quite certain it's a kiddo, not my wifey. Yep, it's a kiddo. You gonna come out here and break stuff and yell?
Probably.
Oh, okay. Because you're annoyed in the house?
No, I can't do anything freaking right now.
Well, I love you.
She came home and she's like, I don't want to go to the fridge. Somebody go put this in the fridge.
Hey, talk to the internet. They love you.
Like, if you're that lazy to get up off of the couch, just say that you're being freaking lazy.
I love you. I'm glad you're here with me. But yeah, no, space printer is taking a backseat, Miss Kilo. Sorry for right now, because I want to get this Pandora's box going, because this thing has just been sitting there and it's cool.
You cannot have that. Go ask Dad if you can have some.
He can have fries. You can give him some fries.
You want some fries?
You can give him fries. He likes fries. Fries are good.
Down. Please. Please. Please.
Wait a minute.
Please.
Why am I seeing
Say
smoke?
Say please. Say please.
Why am I seeing smoke right now?
Say please. Please.
Do you see smoke? Look at my freaking heater. Look at this.
Yeah.
There's heat rolling, or there's smoke rolling out of this heater. Let's unplug
Down.
this.
Down.
Let's unplug this heater, guys.
Good boy. Down. No,
there be smoke rolling out of this thing.
Sit, please.
Holy shit.
Good boy.
Hey gang, my heater here is smoking away. I unplugged it. It's powered off.
It is.
Oil boiled over. It could have, but it is now unplugged, which means my office is going to get super duper cold. So, okay, please stop making him speak.
He's saying please.
I understand, but please stop making him say please right now. If the heater bursts into flames next to me now that it's unplugged, we got problems, gang. Erg. I'm trying to clean everything up on these wires here, gang. Give me just a second. Yeet it. It's a thought. Trust me. It's gonna get. It's definitely not getting plugged back in. I am not gonna lie. I am not plugging that back in. So it's gonna get cold out here. I got to find another heater. I think I got one in the basement. That I haven't used in a while since we got our furnace fixed. So I'll probably bring that one out here. This thing has seen a better day anyway. It's pretty old and been used and abused out here for several years. Dust that caught fire or electrical smoke. It's probably dust. It smells dusty, not electrical. So.
Try to give me 9, but I need 9. Sit. Nice. Boy.
Yeah, it's not smelling electrical, but this heater's been out here for years and it is kind of battered and tattered, but I'm not plugging it back in. So.
Put your teeth away.
Back to my previous question though, gang. Does anybody remember on these wires which one is the high and which one is the plus and which one is the minus when it comes to green and white?
Sit.
I was just sitting here and all of a sudden I was like, there was smoke coming up along the side of my head. And it is still smoking out. So I'm thinking the oil probably, it probably from many years of use, the oil is probably getting low and it's probably burning the oil. So let me convince my daughter to move so I can take this thing out and set it in the driveway. Let's see. We're gonna set this out in the driveway and let it smoke out there. Let's get this wire fished back through. And we gotta move fast because you don't want to be out here with the heat and the smoke. All right, well, Chewbacca, you stay. Daddy's got to throw this out in the driveway. Stay put. Okay, hit the button. Thank you. All right, gang, we're throwing this thing out in the driveway. As soon as the door opens. It's going to go that way now? Yeah. Put this thing out here. On the off chance it catches fire, we'll put it right here. There. There. On the off chance it catches fire. You ate my burger while I was gone, you little asshole. You guys didn't even tell me. He reached up, grabbed my burger, and it's gone. So much for me eating my burger. And he got all my fries, too. Yep. Is that your way of telling me I didn't need to eat, you little dick? Well, Daddy didn't need to eat. I guess I was too fat. You want to go out in the backyard now and play in the snow? Eat it. Go ahead. I'm not eating it. Thanks a lot. Couldn't see the desk on the camera. Sorry. It's all good, man. He's a good boy. He's just an asshole from time to time, but he's a good dog. All right. Let me put you out in the backyard. You want to go play in the snow? Hey, you want to go play in the snow? You want to go play in the snow? No? All right then, lay down. He was standing there now after he ate that. He was looking like, hey. All right, let's see. Yeah, the smoke was definitely coming out of the heater. My office is going to get really cold here really quick. So let's see if we can get this USB working, and then we'll probably wrap this thing up in the next half hour so I can go in and warm up, and then I'll figure out something out here for heat. They said I'll go check the basement later and see if I still have that heater down there. You keep posting a link, JPP, but my keyboard's way over there. So hold on. Let me strip these down a little bit. You already ate it all. Get out of there. You already ate it all. Quit. Let's see. Just strip a little bit back. Didn't clip very well, so there we go. Give me a moment. I will look at that. There we go. There we go. One left. So I'm thinking this is just a USB one. And I'm wondering, really, could I connect that USB wire to the... Does anybody know? Could I connect that USB wire to the USB-C on the CAN board? And would that work? I just cut that off like a dipshit. Okay, well, let's do this again. Do you have an ANAT? I do. I have the ANAT A8 Plus sitting over there, but it's been dead. I could ultimately fire up like the switch wire and the Prusa and the K1. I could fire up all the beds, crank them up to 100C, but after a little bit, they'll just shut off anyway. But I could always crank those up. But it's not terribly cold in here just yet, so I'm not super worried. However, I do have to find this kit way over here. And we need, actually we got a 4-pin we took out that we were playing around with to make sure it fit. So this is the 2 and it fits in there perfectly. So we can get at least the power and the ground for sure, and then I'll have to go double check which one's data negative, which one's data positive. Data plus, data minus, or D plus, D minus. We'll have to go look at the image. It's an image. Yes, it is an image, but it's way over there. So it's fine. We'll get to it though, JPP. Let me get the crimps on the end real quick here first. Let's see. This little kit that I got a while ago just has them cut into strips. So that's cool. I do have like an electric furnace that I got several years back trying to, it was like some guy on Marketplace, I think, was selling it for like 50 bucks. But it runs electric, and a standard 50 amp breaker won't cut it. It trips off a 50 amp breaker. So JC, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope your channel's been growing. I did give you that shout out, and I hope your channel's growing, you know. They work great. Yeah, I'll have to the Vornado heater. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to look into something like that. Need my crimpers. Oh, my phone's ringing. Yes, dear. It started smoking. Yeah, it was, we were sitting here and I just happened to look over. I was doing something and it just started throwing heat out all over the place. Like smoke. It was like smoking bad. So I threw it out in the driveway. I'm going to see if I got that one in the basement still. I'm going to steal that one and bring it out here. The internet says hi. Did you hear me? The internet says hi.
What?
So the internet says...
Hello, internet. Jacqueline said to tell you, or you can try not being a little bitch about it.
You tell Princess to come on out here with me, and she can sit out here too and see how she likes it.
She is currently messing with my mother. Every time my mom calls her, she just clicks airplane mode after she answers the call, so it goes to that ding, ding, like it's trying to connect, and then it drops the call.
Yeah.
To the point where my mom messaged her, she was, I don't know what's going on, it just keeps dropping the call. Jacqueline's like, that's so weird. It's like somebody's putting you on airplane mode.
Why would she tell her that? Like, you don't tell her that you're doing that. That's what could be happening. You can't ruin it.
And then Jacqueline called my mom back, waited till she answered, then hung up on her.
Yeah, that kid, she definitely loves to mess with your mother. You guys...
My mom said, I need to finally make my meatloaf. And Jacqueline said, she goes, because your girls are weird, they don't like meatloaf. She goes, no, it's not the Great Depression anymore. You can have food that has flavor in it.
You guys hear how my daughter messes with my mother-in-law? You guys hear that?
So I told her just to call Jacqueline's phone and argue with her. Well, that didn't get her very far. She's putting on airplane mode.
Yeah, my daughter is an asshole through and through.
But she's funny.
Yes, she is funny, but she is an asshole.
Oh,
But
and
yeah.
then the other times when she's talking to her, she just randomly hits mute in the middle of Jacqueline talking to her so that she thinks Jacqueline's phone is cutting out.
Yeah.
I'm over this. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know where they came from.
Yeah.
These kids are...
JPP and JC Prince. JC is the little 13-year-old future maker here that's trying to blow up on YouTube that I shouted out his channel. He says hi as well.
Hello.
Yeah. Damn it.
Okay, well...
No, that's okay. Yeah, my heater is not happy out here, so I'm gonna have to go look in the basement and see if that one is still down there. I think it is. I don't think I brought it up and gave it to somebody, so we should still have it.
Or you take the... Oh, yeah.
We got that big ass heater that I bought when the furnace went out, but that's a big electric one and it kept blowing the 50 amp breaker, so I'm pretty sure it won't work out here, you know?
Yeah, don't do that.
Because if it was blowing the 50 amp breaker that the furnace was connected to in the house, or the AC was connected to in the house, what the hell's it going to do out here when I don't have 50, like a dedicated bigger than 50 amp breaker?
Okay. Well, I love you. You have fun. I shall talk to you later.
All right, I love you too, baby. I'm going to probably be in here in a little bit because, yeah, it's going to get cold fast. So I'm going to hang out with the internet.
Food that I picked out?
Yeah, Chewbacca really loved it because as soon as I took the furnace, the heater out to the driveway, I came back into him mowing on it, and the internet was laughing at me because he ate my lunch.
Why would you leave it in there with him?
Because I was more or less worried about getting it out in the driveway in case it explodes for some reason, and I wasn't thinking that, hey, my sandwich is right here, and when I came back in, he was just sitting there on the floor, nom, nom, nom. He was...
So hold up, so all your friends just watched him eat your burger?
Well, kind of. They couldn't really see it because it was on a smaller camera. And Viking says, hi from your favorite Norwegian.
You know what? He might be my second favorite because I still ain't got no kitty.
Yeah, he might be your second favorite Norwegian. That sucks. I just put that sumbitch on wrong.
Jacqueline says you'll be a skinny legend now. Okay. Love you.
Okay, I love you too. I'm redoing this whole thing I just did, but I love you.
Okay, love you.
Okay, bye, beautiful. Yes, don't forget to remind your spouses that they are beautiful. I'm going to try something. Yeah, that worked. We'll just do that. This wire is kind of awkward, and using the strippers, it doesn't want to work right. So we're just grabbing it with the cutters and giving them a little crimp and tug. So, yeah. Big Jano for the new sandwich fund. Thank you, brother. Thank you, thank you. Greatly appreciated. Yeah, since Doggo ate my lunch. So far, this stream has been an entertaining one. The dog ate my lunch and my heater went up in smoke and my dog ate my lunch. It's like the makings of a country song, huh? Uh-oh. Only Benchies. New video. Canuck Creator put out a new video, guys. Go watch it. Just don't watch it just yet. Give it some time. I'm trying to kind of twist these a little bit. And then we're going to try re-crimping on ends. These tinier ends would work great if I had my orange-handled crimpers, but I don't know what the hell ever happened to those. I had a pair of orange crimpers that were just like pressure crimpers. They didn't have the ratcheting like this one does. I don't know what the hell I did with them, but they're gone. I can't find them anywhere in this garage, and it's irritating me because 3D printing professor sent me those. He was he's like, these are the ones I use. I like them. You'll enjoy. This is the goat. Oh, hey JC, since you're a young kid, I've been having some fun with you guys' terminologies lately. Like I keep telling my kids that I'm the goat Rizzler, and you know, when things are bad, of course I got to bring up Skibbity Toilet, Ohio. What is wrong with some of the stuff? Engineer PA. Oh, PA 09. I'm not even going to pretend like I exactly know what that is. I probably should know what that is, but I don't. Let's see if this one is now right. Let's see if we can get this. It fell right the hell out, didn't it? Yes, it did. Oh, gravy. Where did I put the kit? Next to me. Yep, I keep telling the kids though, I'm like, yep, I'm the goat Rizzler. And right now, the situation going on in my office, that would totally be Skibbity Toilet, Ohio right now. Like right now in my office, the things that are going on are Skibbity Toilet, Ohio. So just not good, you know, the worst of the worst, as it were. Which I don't know why kids seem to think Ohio is so terrible. I mean, there are other places that could be way worse or are way worse, but, you know. There we go. All right, that one's on. Let's go to the next one. Tuck everything back. Tuck it back. 0 aura points. Skibbity Toilet, Ohio Rizzer. So you're just saying that I'm the worst Rizzer ever? I am Skibbity Toilet, Ohio Rizzer. So I'm the worst Rizzer ever, huh? So you're like dogging on me now, JC? That's all right. You can do that. I'm old. I get it. I just love doing it because it's like really irritating my kids because they're like, don't do that. I'm like, what? I mean, if it's cool enough for you guys to say, why can't I say it, you know? Thankfully, though, my kids don't really talk like that. So me saying that kind of stuff is more or less just for the amusement factor. But it's still fun to do. I got one kid who keeps telling me, he's like, one of the kids at the school, he's always like, hey, Mr. Borio, how does it feel? I'm like, how does what feel? He goes, to have unmatched Riz. And, you know, I don't know. Now I just want to tell him, be like, it is awesome being the goat Rizzler. I just want to do that just to get him going, you know, and be like, or either that or just do the whole like, well, it ain't Skibbity Toilet, Ohio, I'll tell you that, you know, something like that, just to mess with his head. Okay, let's cross our fingers and hope that as we get through these, we don't have any major issues. Because these are the smaller ones, and I just hope that my old eyes are having a hard time seeing them. I'll have to actually get those lovely little magnifying glasses, you know. Do your best Riz face. Ain't happening. Ain't happening. I ain't making no Riz faces. Sorry, JC. Just ain't happening. I'm too old for that part of it. I'm not old enough. I'm not old enough to say the stuff to be embarrassing, but I am too old to make a Riz face. Sorry. Come on, get in there. Okay. All right, there they are. Now let's flip this thing over. And let's see. This is going to plug in like so. So when we flip this up, ground is going to be on this side. So let's see if we can get the ground to go. The wire broke off. See, I told you that was going to be my stinking luck. Let's see. That one's good. This one's good. That one's good. Stupid ground. Ugh. Dag nabbit. Crimping your own wire sucks. Why couldn't I have one of these that's already pre-crimped and ready to go? You know? Oh, that sucked. What am I printing next? I don't know yet, JC. I haven't gotten that far. I want to get this printer up and running, and then we'll probably do the usual Dapper Dan duck. The only thing I might print next will be some kind of a random piece that I'll need for the printer, I'm sure. That'll be the next part I print. It'll be some random printer part that I need. Guess it is a good thing I was out here, huh? That thing smoking like that. It would have been bad if I'd have walked out here. There's like a cloud of smoke. So it was a good thing I was out here. Leave the neighbor dog alone. The neighbor dogs are entitled to their own opinion without you being a jerk. It broke off again. What the shit? The wire's getting too short. I'm not going to be able to do too much. It's going to have this weird kink and everything now. Let's see. Is this one going to break off now? Yeah. How about this one? Yeah. Wow. Wow. This is why I need the other stinking crimper, because that one's just putting too much force down on the wire. Gosh darn it. Okay, so we're going to have to just stop crimping so far in. Or, dare I say, even try to just crimp it with by hand. But I don't trust myself crimping them by hand like that. So this is going to suck. Adjustable. Yeah, kind of. I gotta move the screw and then twist it again. So, more force or less force? We want less force. Okay, there we go. We went to the negative, all the way. It's all the way to the negative now. What'd you find now? What are you chewing on now? Little jerk. Let's see. Still seems like I got to push quite hard to get that to release. I mean, worst case, I just push it up till it gets to there, and then I just got to reach in there and snap it loose, which that'll be easier to do if I do this. That, honestly, got a whole lot easier once I took that screw out. But now it's not. Let's see something. Let's see something. I know it says plus and minus. I mean, does plus mean move it farther away? Minus gets it closer? I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely easier. So we'll do that. We'll go to plus. It doesn't take as much force to get up there and snap anymore. All right. We'll try that and see what happens. One click at a time, you say. Yeah, I'm gonna live dangerously. I went 2 clicks the other direction. It was here, I went there, that got too tight. So I went from there to there to there. So we're gonna, there we go. All right, let's try that. Let's see what happens. Let's give these a little trim. I wish that I didn't have to necessarily trim because I knew it would cut through the sheathing, but I don't know that it will. So let's just try again here. Just get that tip off of each one of them. There we go. I'm pretty sure this is just a USB only because it's not saying both. And on all the documentation I'm seeing, it's saying if it'll do both, it would have both on it. So I'm pretty sure this is a USB only, which is going to screw me in the tidiness of the wires. So I'm probably going to be looking for something that we can use for CAN later down the road. But for now, we'll stick with it because that's what we got. Did you ever click the image link? Not yet, JPP. I'm trying to get these things crimped on first. I'm way over here working on this, not way over there. If you could just tell me, you know, that like, you know, green is data high or plus or minus, and white is, you know, plus or minus, that would be easier for me right now than trying to click a link. Just putting that out there, that it would definitely be easier for me if you just said it in chat. But I can click a link. Give me just a second. I just want to, or not a second, give me several seconds because I have ADHD and my give me a second is a long second. Okay, well, that feels pretty sturdy now, and it kind of, okay, we're not going to play around with it too much just yet anyway. We'll see if we can get it communicating, and then we'll deal with it after the fact. I want to make things talk. I'm hoping that when I plug this in, it'll work, and it'll already be configured from prior, that it'll work through USB, because I believe he had the Cartographer on it before he decided to go CAN, and that was where he stopped. I don't remember the total backstory, but I know all the Cartographer stuff is set up and in here. So I'm hoping that once I plug it in, that's it, and it works. I'm hoping. I am hoping. 5, white is data plus, green is data minus, black is ground. Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you. That makes life easier, because I know green means go, which is, well, actually, that's backwards from what I'm thinking, so that's fine. I did not get that on there far enough. Son of a biscuit. That's the other thing. The other pliers were, or the other crimper was way easier to adjust with because you could see better through the inside of it than this big old behemoth. Okay. That one's good. Nope. It's just going to pop right the hell out. Yep. Son of a biscuit. I'm just losing these wires. Why can't I have one that's already like pre-done? Why can't I have a USB? Ugh. Do I maybe have one and I just don't know it? Ugh. I'm killing myself over this. I should just solder the damn wires to the board, shouldn't I? Because the board's got solder pads on it. Do I have my solder anywhere? If I solder the wires on, I can't take it apart. You know what I mean? You know the headache that I'm currently under? Let's see. Here's solder, soldering iron, battery to run it because I don't have a powered device of some sort. We can strip the ends of the wire. We can just strip the ends of the wires, shove them through the holes, and solder them in, because we got ground and 5 volt over here, and then it says SWD and SCL, which really messes with me that it says it that way, you know? That over here it says SWD and SCL on here, but then it says D plus, D minus. Why couldn't it just say D plus, D minus here? I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I got this thing plugged in and heating up. It's not even heating up very fast. So we'll just unplug it. It's not even hot enough to melt anything yet. I'm holding it with my bare hand. It's not getting hot enough. Oh, biscuits, biscuits, biscuits. Hank, I'm going to have to nip that off again, straighten everything back out again, and then try to figure out what the hell I'm doing here to make this work. I need to trim some more of this off. Let's give ourselves way more to work with now, huh? Anybody else like watching somebody struggle because they don't have what they could have, but they don't have because they don't know where the hell it went? Isn't it fun? Anybody else streaming? Who else is streaming? I'm losing people left and right, man. My channel's down to nothing. Everybody's unsubbing. Everybody's running away now. I don't blame you. Run while you can. This is getting boring, I know. I agree. I wouldn't watch me either. Just playing, guys. Thank you for coming and hanging out. Thanks for the support. Thanks for dealing with me being a weirdo today. Get all that out of there. Get our wires back. Get our data lines, our positive and negative. I wish that thing didn't have such a small freaking connector on it, you know? I would have used the bigger one. It's a little easier for these crimpers to use with it. Let's get all this mess cleaned up out of the way. This screw needs to stay over there. That gets out the way. That gets out the way. Let's get all this out of the way. Okay. Okay. Oh, one thing I want to do before I get super crazy. Hold on. Just because if I actually make this thing work, I want to make sure it's going to be kind of protected too. Need a bigger one. Let's grab a piece of heat shrink. That way when we're done, if it works, we got some heat shrink on here to, you know, kind of tidy up that end a little bit. See? There we go. We'll have some heat shrink on there to tidy up this end when we're done. So we'll pull the heat shrink down. So if we get this right on this cable, we can throw some heat shrink on it. All right. Okay. Let's see something. Okay, well, here we go again. Let's just try to take a skosh off the tip. There we go, skosh off the tip. Skosh off the tip. Skosh off. And skosh off. That's a skosh more than a skosh, but data lines are definitely smaller, so crimping those data lines on is going to be the trickier part. Positive and negative are a little bit thicker gauge, it looks like, for sure. So Let's see something here. Damn it. I was going to try and crimp it by hand, but with all these extra wires trying to fight with me here. Okay. See if we get that back in there. Uh-oh. For Engineer PA9 crimpers. Oh, sorry, BLD. Thank you. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Let me get up and move over here now, because that's a get up and move kind of a scenario. Bam, bam. And whoops. There we go. Ta-da. You did a thing? Oh, Viking. We'll have to listen to that here in a little bit, bud. We'll listen to it here in a little bit. But give me a second to see what we can do here, because you guys are enjoying this little struggle. It is real. You guys want to have a victory dance with me, or a victory lap with me here, I'm sure. Let's see if we can get that back up under the one side we've already crimped down. And then nope, doesn't want to agree with me. All right. All right. Victories are awesome, but sometimes you just got to know when to throw in the towel. Let me come over here for two reasons. Let's go back to this. First things first, let's unmute the desktop audio real quick, and let's click on this. Let's go to site. Dan's doggone day. All right, guys, we're going to give this a little listen here. I'm going to mute my mic because I know it'll play through the desktop. So, you know, actually, I don't, you know what, let's hit play and see what happens. Let me mute the desktop audio real quick. Let me just hit play. I think you guys can hear that, right? Can you guys hear that? You guys can hear it, I think, right? Sunshine's green. Logged on stream, we'll tune it in. His lunch, a burger made with pride. But his dog had other plans inside. It cut off a bit. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me pause it. Let me just mute my mic, and I'll just let it play through for you guys. And then I'll come back in when it's done. That way it doesn't double up on you. Dan woke up to sunshine's grin. The logged on stream world tune it in. His lunch, a burger laid with pride. But his dog had other plans inside. Oh, Dan, Dan, your dog's a little thief. Snagged that burger, brought you grief. Fries all gone in a blink. No joke, heater smoking, now you're freezing, bro.
disaster, bittersweet. Streamers laughed, chat overflowed. In the madness, warmth imploded. Dan's day derailed, but spirits high. He shook it off, reached to the sky. Ordered pizza with a grin. Planned his next great stream again. Viewers in the chat, they screamed as heater coffin killed the dream. Dan wrapped in blankets, shivering cold, watching his chaos unfold. Oh, Dan, your dog's a little thief. Snagged that burger, brought you grief. Fries all gone in a blink. No joke, heater smoking, now you're freezing, bro. Heater smoking, now you're freezing, bro. Dog's got taste for gourmet meat. Dan's disaster, bittersweet. Streamers laughed, chat overflowed. In the madness, warmth imploded. Dan's day derailed, but spirits high. He shook it off, reached to the sky.
There we go. Kicked in with another track, but there you go. So yeah, it's very fitting, Viking. Thank you, brother. Thank you. I was enjoying the laugh. Now Doggo's sitting here. I think he's got to go to the bathroom now that he ate that burger. Go outside. You gotta go potty? You gotta go potty? Yeah? All right. Give me a second. Let me let the doggo out. Come on. Let's go outside and go potty. Let's go. No. Go outside. Leave the heater alone. It's all alone in the driveway. There we go. Oh, anybody drive by my house is really going to enjoy the fact that in my driveway is a random heater. Might have to put a picture of that up on social media later. So you guys might, for those of you who are here, you definitely know. Need to get on this bandwagon. Yeah, Sono is fun. You can go ahead and basically tell it what you want and it'll create a song for you in whatever style. So Miss Keela should probably check that out. But anyway, I need to go back and look up the Engineer PA 09 crimpers. So let me get on Amazon real quick. Amazon. Let's look up Engineer PA 09. There we go. Ah, yes, those would be the crimpers, good sir. Those would be the crimpers. I think I'm going to have to order me a pair. Wow. Let me see if I can find a cheaper pair. I'm a broke bitch. Thank you for the $10, though. It's definitely going to help. I'm going to order a pair, and we'll get them in. And then it'll make it easier to actually make this damn cable. Unless I can find one out here in all of my crap. I think, it would be nice to have a USB to, whatever the hell that is. What is it? JST2, whatever the hell. 2.0. Yeah, one of them. Heater free to a good home. Only smoked once. Yeah. But yeah. Neuro, you have the same ones? Yeah. I can't justify buying 3 pairs for $120 though. Let's see here. The Engineer Precision Crimpers, they're $36.99. We'll order a pair of those. There is a, yeah, we'll go ahead and order them just so we have them. The wife will yell at me for spending $40 on a pair of crimpers, but that's okay. Add to cart. And actually, click on it. My wife has quite a bit of stuff in the cart, you know, wishful shopping. She's got stuff in there for the kids. Shorts for my daughter for volleyball, some weird flashlights and socks for my kid for volleyball. Yeah. Tell her they're needed for work. Yeah, she doesn't see this as work. She sees this as me just having a hobby that takes over all my time. Let me see here. Oh, my wife sent me a song. Definitely can't play that one on here right now because that'll definitely get copyright strike. All right, let's get these. Actually, we can delete it from the cart. We'll click on buy it now. All right. Yep, that's the card to use. That's the address to send it to, and that's the price I'll pay. Or place your order. All right. Engineer Precision Crimping Pliers. Yes. Place your order. And momentarily, I'll get yelled at. But they're done. If anybody wants to save me from getting yelled at, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo are down there. Feel free to send PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. But I did it. It's ordered. They'll be here Thursday. So Thursday for sure we'll pick up with trying to make this USB cable. Yeah. So for sure Thursday we'll pick up making the USB cable the right way rather than trying to stress making it the wrong way over and over and over again and not having the, you know, greatest of luck. So I think I need to get all my tools, like my crimpers and stuff, and hang them from the wall on one of those like tethers so that when I'm done it snaps back up. That way they're all right there hanging down. I can take them down, use them, and then let go and it pops back up, and they always stay in the right spot all the time. Might have to work on doing something like that. Maybe I should make that a thing, huh? Make like a little rack that hangs like right here and then has a bunch of little pull strings on them, like the little retractables or retractors on them, and then I can pull it down, use it, let go, it snaps back up. Tool retractors, yes. That is what I should do. Then I can't lose my tools because they're always hanging above my head. So maybe I'll have to figure something out for that. But guys, I do thank you for coming and hanging out. I will do some snooping. I may even get more persistent off camera because I don't want to spend, you know, hours trying to get this stupid cable to work. If I do get it to work, we'll stream and show it off. Something just went click. Let me take a look. It's Facebook. Something on Facebook. Is it important? Just somebody liking a photo from the school's Facebook page. Okay. Scroll down. Another one. Yep. Just parent at the school that I work at liking some photos that were posted on the school's Facebook page. But yeah, so that's ordered. Wife's going to kill me. Love you guys. I think that at this point we've hit the, where are we at? The 2 hour and 12 minute mark. So I think we're going to wrap this up. Anybody else streaming today? Yeah, BLD, I had a pair of those. I did enjoy them. I do miss them. I don't know what the hell happened to them, but these ones I'll definitely make sure to keep somewhere. I might even just design some kind of like a 3D printable wall mount thing on Tinkercad that I can screw to the wall right there and just set all of the crimpers and cutters and stuff in, because that's usually where I'm working at, is right here anyway, so would just make sense. Maybe I should. LOL, it's been a long time. Yeah, Viking, fire up a stream, brother. Tin Talon, Steve, Nathan, and Pezliz in about 20 minutes. Steve Bills is streaming now, by the way. Oh, well, if Steve's streaming now, everybody go over and say hi to Steve. What the hell you been doing here with me? I'm nowhere near as important or as intelligent as he is. Everybody go annoy Steve. I'm going to go annoy Steve. I'm going to sit there and watch Steve and, you know, probably maybe tinker around some more just to see if I can make a cable, just because it's annoying me now. But I didn't want to bring you guys along on that horrific journey. So, and plus I might do some snooping through my stuff until I get super cold out here. I probably should go in the basement and see if that heater is down there. I think it is. I don't think we gave it away to anybody, so I think I still have it hiding down there. I had a heater in the basement when the furnace didn't work to keep the pipes from freezing. Smart person. So, anyway, guys, love y'all. Stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, happy 3D printing, and all those things. And another thing that I've been recently saying, which is an old printer is better than no printer. So, that being said, bye, guys. Go bother Steve. Talk to you guys later.